In the words of Rove McManus, be decent for once. These words were not thrown into the wind without reason. They are a rallying cry, a call to action for a momentous occasion in Australia's history. A moment where the Indigenous people of this beautiful country stand at the precipice of recognition and representation through a national referendum for their voice in Parliament. This journey hasn't been a walk in the park. It all began when Prime Minister Anthony Albanese announced plans to give Indigenous people a voice in Parliament. The referendum would seek not only to recognize Indigenous people in the Constitution, but also require consultation with them on decisions that affect their lives. As the proposed alterations to the Constitution were unveiled, the voice was not meant to be a third chamber in Parliament. Instead, it would serve as a source of advice and accountability, providing a platform for dialogue and understanding. The challenge was clear. The Constitution is not easily altered, and the referendum would require majority support in a majority of states. The mining industry, accounting for about 10% of Australia's GDP, was called upon to support the government's plans for the referendum. The resources sector was urged to play a positive role in ensuring the success of the Voice campaign. Indigenous rights and sustainable growth became major themes at an international mining conference in Sydney. But as the days drew closer to the referendum, the Voice seemed to have been manipulated, according to Rove McManus. He passionately urged Australians to vote yes, expressing his frustration that the Voice had been twisted and misrepresented. McManus believed that the Voice would give First Nations people a chance to weigh in on laws that affect them, people who have lifespans 8 years shorter than other Australians and double the rates of suicide. While he acknowledged that the Voice might not be the ultimate solution to the problems faced by Indigenous Australians, McManus insisted that it was a crucial first step. You can't just drop in at the top of Mount Everest, you've got to climb slowly, and this is the only way you can do it, he said. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese echoed this sentiment, urging voters to show kindness. He asserted that there is no cost to Australians showing kindness, thinking with their heart as well as their head when they enter the polling booth. But not all were in agreement. Opposition leader Peter Dutton warned that the proposed advisory body would be a significant and detrimental change to the system of government. In conclusion, this video has chronicled the journey toward a referendum that could change the lives of Indigenous Australians. It has highlighted the passionate pleas, the heated debates, and the potential impact on the Constitution. The Voice is not just a constitutional amendment, it is a beacon of hope for Indigenous Australians. A chance for recognition, representation, and most importantly, a chance for their voices to be heard.